Neil Hogan at Totally Guitars, and one of the things that I really work with students out on all the time in the very beginning is how to hold a pick. Many people don't hold the pick very efficiently and make life a lot harder than it needs to be for learning how to strum or pick out individual notes. So here are a couple of pointers that, well, so to speak, that are really important to keep in mind when you're holding a pick. The pick needs to be not held in the tips of your fingers between your thumb and your index finger. But you do want to use just your thumb and index finger. But you want to get as much meat on the pick as possible. And the way you do that is by curling your index finger a little bit, like make a hook out of it and lay the pick on the side of it, almost tucked into the joint, depending on the size of your hands. But you want the whole contact with the last part of your index finger, and then your thumb should go across it perpendicular to the tip, like that. So you want to make sure that you're not doing anything like this, not on the tips, and or keeping your thumb pointed in. So lay it on the side of your index finger, put your thumb across just like that. Don't have too much of the tip exposed. You don't want to be playing this far away from the strings. And your index finger should even be able to touch the strings as you strum. Now, to get good tone out of that strum, two other things are really important. One is hold the pick loosely. It should feel like it's going to fall out of your hand. You can't be biting down on it. It'll sound like this. It'll overdrive everything in the room. So, very loosely, it should almost feel like it's going to fall out. You should walk around all day long with a pick in your hand till it just gets as comfortable as a pencil or anything else that you're used to holding a lot. So, very loose in your hand, and then practice as you strum down. The nail of your index finger should touch the strings lightly. I'm just playing a G chord here, but if I do this very slowly, you can see the pick kind of bounce off every string and recoil, but my index fingernail is also brushing down across the strings. It gives you a much smoother sound than if I do it without the nail. It's a little harsher. So very soft, and the last important thing, the pick should be angled up, not exactly perpendicular to the strings. You're dragging it across the strings, not pushing it across the strings. So it should be angled up, and when you're strumming up, it should be the opposite. You should be dragging it up, and it should be pointed down. So the angle of the pick should change a little bit with whether you're doing downs or ups. And that's where the looseness in your hand is very important.